So we covered up our vegetables in anticipation of a 6-degree temperature, and it stayed below freezing for 48 hours. So now we're going to uncover the vegetable plants and see who made it and who didn't. Okay, so here we have winter boar kale, and it looks perfectly fine. We harvested the more mature leaves off of most of the plants and sold them at market, but this will hang in there just fine. Here we have broccoli, and we did the same thing with the broccoli. We harvested the lower leaves, the bigger leaves, but the little side shoots coming out from the axils of the leaves look like they'll be fine. So we hopefully will get some side shoots of flower buds here one of these days. This is a volunteer seedling of red Russian kale that was not covered up, and it looks like it has a little damage on the older leaves, but the main portion of the plant looks just fine, so it should continue growing. And over here we have purple giant mustard. This is its third year of self-sowing, and again, you can see these older, more mature leaves were definitely damaged by the cold, but the growing tip looks just fine, and it should continue on now that the weather is getting warm again. Swiss chard, a variety called peppermint, and the older leaves again are severely damaged, but the growing tip looks just fine. Unfortunately, this particular variety does not taste very good at all, so this was a new trial for us, and we would not be growing this variety again. This is a mystery plant, and also in the mustard family, related to the collards and the kale and the broccoli and that sort of thing. And I'm not sure if this was a rogue seed in a packet of turnips or whether or not this might have come up on its own. Has purple stems similar to the Han Sai Tai, and it's also starting to go to flower already. So it's probably some sort of hybrid mix of things from the past. And if you look here, you can see the flower buds, and this plant is really tough and done quite well in the cold. So we're going to let this bloom and go to seed and harvest the seeds and start our own strain of some sort of hybrid mustard plant here. This is Komatsuna. It's another green that is in the mustard family. It's one of our favorite greens, and we knew for sure that the older leaves would get damaged. It has a thick, juicy stem that is subject to freezing. It's done okay down to 21, but 6 was not going to be good for it. So we harvested all this and just cut it back. Like you see here, the center growing tips look just fine. So we expect this to rebound and be able to harvest this again later on in late winter, early spring. Same way with arugula. It's looking okay, so it should make a comeback here soon. Here we have cilantro that is volunteers that seeded themselves after we let them go to seed last spring, and they were not covered up and they look just fine. This is bulb fennel. This was not covered up. It suffered a lot of damage. My guess is that the roots will probably be okay and it'll sprout back out this spring. And then we're going to walk over here and we'll look at some bulb fennel that was covered up so we can see the difference here. And we did harvest a good bit of this before we covered it, so we've just sort of left this as a mulch. And you can see that even under the row cover, this looks much better than that which was not covered. Here we have Chinese sword lettuce, and very pleasantly surprised that this has fared pretty well. There's some damage on some of the oldest leaves, but these younger plants, the younger growing tips look just fine. I'm going to eat a little bit of this. It's delicious. carrots. Didn't really expect any problem from carrots. They're looking good. So in amongst here we have lamb's quarters primarily, not lamb's quarters, sorry, lamium henbit, which is edible, and it has some medicinal qualities too. And even not covered, it looks just fine. So if everything were killed, we would not starve from not having any greens to eat. So the basic idea in protecting these plants to help them survive cold situations like this is that you want to get your row covers on the plants while the ground is still warm, because what the row covers do is they trap the heat that is radiated from the warm soil, and so they will help keep the temperature under the row covers 4 or 5 degrees warmer than the outdoor air temperature outside the row covers. And it got down to 6 degrees on Tuesday morning. We covered these up on Sunday afternoon when the air temperature was still in the 40s, so the soil temperature was high. The longer you wait, the colder it gets, the lower the temperature of the soil near the surface gets, and so the less benefit you have from this. It's also important that the row cover touches the ground and is weighted down to trap that heat in, and the row cover also serves to block the wind from the plants, because the wind has a very drying effect. So a lot of the damage that you see with evergreen shrubs like hollies and that sort of thing, the primary damage comes from the wind drying up the water, which is the plant does is it pushes water out of the cells to the interstitial spaces, and then the wind comes and then dries that up, and then that causes the damage. So it is possible here in Georgia, even when the temperature gets down to 6 degrees, to be able to grow and maintain and have fresh greens for your kitchen. Okay, thank you so much for watching The Funny Farm.